This question says to find the approximate length of wood frame needed for this window. So this is a window, and we need to find the length of the wooden frame that you would need. So we need to know how much wood is needed. So would that be the inside of the shape or the outside of the shape for the frame?
Outside.
Right, it's going to be the outside of the shape, which is referred to as the perimeter, right? That's the total distance around the outside of a shape. Okay, now this shape is made up of two different shapes. What are they? What are the two shapes?
There's a rectangle.
Yeah, so we have a rectangle. I'll label that as 1. And then do you know what half a circle?
Semicircle.
Semicircle, good. Okay, so what do you think we need to do first? So what we need to find is the total length of wood needed. Okay, so this is a piece of wood. This is the piece of wood that they're going to use. This piece of wood, this also, so the inside as well. And then they also are going to use wood for this part of the window. Okay, so what do you think we could do first? What's the easier part to do?
A rectangle.
Okay, so we're going to find the perimeter, which is a total distance around of the rectangle. So how would you find perimeter of a rectangle? Okay, let me just show you something. So we know that we're adding all the side lengths together, but if it's a rectangle, if this is 1.5, what is this side?
1.5.
1.5. So there's actually two of those, right? And if this is 0.8, what's this length?
0.8.
This is also 0.8. So there's two of those that are the same. So a shortcut actually is to take the length, okay, in this case I'll call that 1.5 plus the width, which is 0.8. And because I have two of them, we're going to multiply that answer by 2. Okay, so this is a shortcut for finding perimeter of a rectangle, which is the same thing as just adding them all up, but we can simplify it by just adding the length and the width and then multiplying it by 2 because there's two of them. So we have 2 multiplied by 2.3 is equal to 4.6. Good. So the total length of wood we need for just the rectangular part is 4.6 meters. But we also have this semicircle, okay? And to find the total distance around the outside of the circle, that's referred to as what? We just talked about it?
Circumference.
Circumference, okay? Circumference refers to the perimeter of a circle. Now we have a formula for circumference of an entire circle, but if we want to know only half of the circle, what do you think we're going to do with our formula?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2, good. So what is the formula for circumference of a circle?
2 pi r.
Okay, so we can use either 2 pi r or we can use pi d. Okay, and we know that when we get the answer, we're going to divide our answer by 2 because it's for half of the circle. Now let's look at the circle. Are we given the radius or are we given the diameter?
The diameter.
We're given diameter. So which formula should we use?
Pi d.
Yeah, we'll use pi d. Okay, so we're going to take, let's use 3.14 for pi and multiply it by what?
0.8.
0.8, good. I'll let you do. Once we get that answer, I can even write it like this. We're going to divide that answer by 2 because it's for half the circle. So we know we have to simplify the numerator first. So it's 3.14 times 0.8. So we get 2.512, and then we're going to divide that by 2 because this is the circumference of the full circle. But to get a semicircle, which is half of the circle, when you cut something in half, you divide it by 2, and what do we get? 1.256. Okay, so that represents the circumference of the semicircle, which is this part of the wood, and then we had the circumference of the rectangle, or sorry, the perimeter of the rectangle, which was this part. So all together, what's the total amount, the length of wood that they'll need? What's the total? What would we do here?
Add them together.
Good. So we're going to add 4.6 plus 1.256. And what do we get? 5.856. So they'll need approximately 5.86 meters of wood, but just to be safe, how many meters of wood should you get?
Well, probably like 6
6 meters, yeah. Good.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.